Hey, Ruth again here, and welcome back. Today we will be discussing a frequently asked question. What spray can I use for my coffee at this stage? Most people are never specific, but they'll give you an image of what they are going through and then of what they have in their farm, and then they'll be asking you, how can I manage this? If you have been following my management tips of the coffee in the videos, you already know we are at the coffee cherry or berry stage. My secret to maintaining a healthy plant has been ground up, literally, like from digging the hole to application of manure to scouting every day. I will be discussing the secret to managing coffee berry disease using my secret spray. I know everybody has their own kind of thing that they do in their farm, but this is exactly what I do in my farm. And I've been very fortunate not to have the coffee berry disease to this stage. If you are here and you want to be part of this educational journey, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every day we post new material. We are out there posting new material and finding ways to educate everybody. As I always say in my videos, sharing is caring. There's no need of hiding information from anybody. Where you can share and we can all succeed. If we succeed as a country, if we succeed as a world, that's all that needs to be done. So what do I use in my farm? One is Cabrio and red copper are essential at this stage. If you stick to the end, I will show you even the measurements that I use per pump. So if this is your first time you're hearing the word Cabrio, it's spelled as Cabrio. But why Cabrio? Okay. It's specifically formulated for control of the coffee berry disease. We always call it CBD. It is a systematic fungicide that aims to prevent and control the disease by blocking the energy supply of the fungus. You might think you don't want to know this, but it's very essential so that you know what you're doing in your farm. It's very preventative. It prevents it from spreading. Cabrio is used in coffee farming to increase yield and also quality. So, what are the key uses of Cabrio in coffee? It is used to in control of CBD. It's primarily used to manage and prevent CBD, a common fungal disease that affects coffee plants and can significantly impact your yield. Increased yield and quality is another aspect that you can use Cabrio for. By effectively controlling CBD, Cabrio contributes to high coffee yields and improved quality of the coffee beans, preventing premature ripening. You know, like when you go to your farm and you find one berry here is ripe, another one here is ripe, but they're not uniformly ripe. When you spray Cabrio, that helps in preventing premature ripening of your of your coffee berries. That way you are able to manage your labor effectively. You don't need to hire people today, maybe after another 5 days to come and harvest coffee that could have actually been harvested in the same day. So this leads to a more uniform ripening process and easier harvesting, yes, as I just mentioned. Resistance management. Cabrio's use is part of a broader resistance management strategy in coffee farming, as it can be used in rotation with other fungicides to prevent the development of resistance in fungi. I'm going to discuss that later in another video because when you mix things up, people tend to get confused. In essence, Cabrio is a fungicide that plays a crucial role in coffee production by protecting coffee plants from CBD, enhancing their overall health and contributing to increased yields and better quality of coffee beans. I had to tell you all this before you decide in your mind whether you want to use these products or you don't want to use them. Otherwise, what's the point of just telling you, oh, go use Cabrio? And I'm not telling you the importance. Okay, let's discuss the next secret that I use in the mixture so that I can spray my coffee plants. The other thing is red copper. At this stage, not at the stage where I'm talking about my coffee plants. If you look at them, they all have coffee berries. Okay, so in addition to controlling and preventing CBD, it also prevents leaf rust. That is red copper. That is our coffee enemies. Leaf rust and CBD are the major enemies. Red copper fungicides are applied before or during the rainy season. Like right now, it's raining a lot in most parts of Kenya. When disease outbreaks are more likely. This is when the disease outbreaks are more likely. They are applied by spraying the leaves to ensure thorough coverage. How does this copper work? Copper fungicides are contact fungicides, meaning they need to be present on the leaf surface to be effective. When you're spraying, make sure you're spraying from the plant up and all around. Make sure you have the right nozzle on your pump because this will affect the outcome of your work. And also, don't do it for the heck of doing it. If especially if you're hiring workers, there need to be someone to either manage them or at least hire people who are willing to help you succeed. Okay, they act by releasing copper ions that inhibit fungal growth. How do you spray? This is the most vital part. You need a pump with a proper nozzle, a nozzle that is wide. It needs to be wide to ensure you cover all the surface areas of the coffee. And I'm talking about the leaves, the stem. Just make sure you're covering everything. So, what is the ratio of the mixture per pump? And I'm talking about the 20-liter pump. If you have any other pump, you probably want to estimate the amount that I'm going to mention here based on what other pump you have, but I always use what you see on the video. It's a 20-liter pump. So how do you mix these two substances, cabrio and red copper? You add 10 ml of cabrio. Remember, cabrio is a liquid. Okay, 10 ml of cabrio and between 50 and 100 milligrams of red copper to a 20-liter pump. Okay, so it's 10 ml Cabrio and 50 to 100 milligrams of red copper. Red copper is a powder to a 20-liter pump. Then add clean water and mix well. So if you have water, say from the river, and it's like brown in color, that will affect the quality of your product. If you need clean water, maybe from a tap, or even if you're getting from a river, just make sure that you probably leave it for a longer period so that it settles, so you only have clean water that you can use for spraying. And this applies for all the spray that you spray in your farm. Dirty water doesn't always work. So, what time do you need to spray your plants? Make sure you're spraying early in the morning before the sun is, or before it rains heavily during the day, or before the sun is too hot. Get up early morning and spray your plants, your coffee plants, or do this late afternoon, maybe from 5 o'clock up to before it gets dark. So this way you're helping your coffee plants. So depending on where your farm is located, I would watch out for CBD and leaf rust during the cold season. They affect you mainly during the cold season. So what do I do? What is my daily practice to ensure that I'm not caught off guard? I don't want to go into my farm and find I've been affected by CBD probably for 4 or 5 days and I wasn't aware of this. So what practice do you need to do in your farm? I scout my farm twice a day to ensure I don't miss out on what's happening. Literally, all my farms, morning when we get up before we go and spray or before we do any other activity in the farm, we make sure we are scouting plant by plant all the way, and then make sure that you don't see any And if you see anything that needs to be addressed, then it's addressed. And then in the evening as well, luckily we're able to do this. We have two employees in our farms, and they do that quite very well. So don't miss out on that. If you're here and you're still watching us, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If you want to learn more about our farm practices that you can employ in your farm as well, you're welcome to join us, to join the bandwagon of knowledge. Here we share for free. In addition, if you're a buyer, you're interested in buying our coffee, you're welcome to write to us on our email addresses on the screen or down below. I will see you in the next video and have an educated day. Bye.